everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all good. Happy 2026. Can you believe it? I hope you all had the best Christmas and New Year. For those of you who are new, this is Louis, who apparently wants to come over and get comfy. There you go. He does this all the time. He will come and just sit and be as close to me as physically possible. But I hope you all had the best Christmas and New Year. And I'm just so ready to get started with 2026 and getting back to posting regularly on YouTube. I had a lovely time and breakaway from YouTube just to really soak in and be present over the Christmas time. But yeah, for any of you that are new here, my name is Jess and I make a bookish and a lifestyle content, and I am so incredibly happy to have you here, as is Louis. This is such an exciting first video for the year because we are going to be yapping about books, and as you can see, I am all comfy, guys. This is just me throughout the whole of January. Comfy, cozy, and just slowly recharging and getting back into a routine. I feel like there's so much pressure at the start of the year to just go full force. You can very much be influenced to just crack on with your goals, get going straight off the bat. Whereas I think the start of January, or even just January as a whole, I feel like it should be slowly getting yourself back into a routine and just figuring out what you want to do for the rest of the year. And that is exactly what I'm doing. But if you haven't already, get yourself a lovely, nice drink. I have made myself a mocha, as you would have seen, and it is so rainy and gloomy outside. I have done all my work for the day. For those of you who don't know, I am a dog walker, so I have been out all day today, and it's only just started raining now, which is pretty good. We are going to be going through my top books for 2025. We had a good year, guys, a good year of reading. This is my first full year getting back into reading, and it was just amazing, and I'm so excited to see what this year brings. So yeah, we're going to be going through all of my top books that I read in 2025 that if you have not picked up, you definitely need to in 2026. And we're going to be going through my 26 books that I am going to, hopefully, fingers crossed, read in 2026. So get comfy, get cozy, get into your pajamas like me, and let's get into this. We're going to start off very strong by talking about The Crimson Moth. I loved this duology so much. We are following our main female character, Rune, I believe. Yes, Rune. And she is an undercover witch living in a world where witches are hunted, witches are slaughtered, and she is an undercover witch, but she is very high up in her society, so she is completely and utterly blinding everyone. This is enemies to lovers, guys. Enemies to lovers. This is a witch and a witch hunter. I spent a lot of the time kicking my feet and giggling at the push and pull between the MMC and the FMC. This is definitely a slow burn, 100%. And I loved the storyline of this. Rune is trying her hardest to save all of the witches that she's aware of in her realm, but at the same time she is trying to seduce the top guard who hunts all of the witches because she wants to discover his next plans and his next strategies to hunt down these witches. So there is a lot of tension and a lot of slow burn, especially in the first book. I just felt like the twist at the end I did not see coming whatsoever. I was in utter shock at the twist, and if you know, you know. I'm trying to think which book I liked the most out of the two. I think they're pretty on par, to be honest. These were both 4.5 star reads for me, and if you're going to read these, definitely read them in spooky season, of course, witches. But if you're like me and just try and embrace spooky season all year round, then just read them whenever. To be fair, now's the perfect time because it's very gloomy and cold outside. Next, we're going to be going on to The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. This, guys, this was so good. As far as thrillers go, this just had me on my toes and had me at the edge of my seat throughout the whole time. The twist in this book is so good, and I am dying to watch the film. The film has only recently been released and I am dying to just go and watch it. I am extremely interested to see if the film is the same as the book. I've heard people say the ending is pretty different, but this follows our main female character, Nina, and she applies for a job to be a housemaid. There's constantly secrets that are being unfolded, and there's something not quite right with the woman of the house that Nina is working for, but you're not too sure what's going on or what's actually up with her, or if she's just playing a whole game. This is so tense, and I read this in under 24 hours because I simply just could not put this down. This is by far my favorite Freida McFadden book that I have read so far, and it is definitely worth the hype. So if you're looking for your next thriller and you're wanting to pick this up but you're not too sure, then 110% pick this up. This is hyped for a reason. I absolutely love this. Okay, next we're going on to Rose and Chains by Julie Soto. This was very interesting. I really enjoyed this. I'm pretty sure that this book is it Dramini fanfic? Is that the right word? So it's loosely based off Hermione and Draco Malfoy in their sort of realm where they are enemies to lovers, and it's set in a world where the bad guys win. There's this prophecy that's meant to unfold, and the main female character, what is her name? Bryony. The main female character is convinced that her brother is the key to this prophecy where this war is going to end, but everything goes horribly wrong. The enemies basically win the war, and they're capturing all of the females. It's been a while since I read this, but I'm pretty sure it's the females and the males, and they're all being captured and being used for their magic basically. And it's very interesting because this follows our main two female and male characters, and it keeps flicking back into going to when they went through school together. It's definitely giving Hogwarts vibes. They've all got magic. They all specialize in a certain type of magic, and I can't think what the word is, but you know, in some books where people have an animal and then they feed off that animal's power and utilize their power to make them stronger, that is basically what is happening in this story. So all of the women that have these magic powers, they are being captured and sold off and auctioned for people to use and drain their powers. And Bryony gets bought by Tovin Hurst, who, like I said, they keep going back into from when they were in school together, but she just has this undeniable pull towards him, but he's clearly on the bad side and she is not too sure why he has bought her. There's so many secrets that are unfolded in this story, and the ending of this leaves you on such a cliffhanger that I cannot wait for the second book to come out. This does cover quite a few dark topics, so I definitely check your trigger warnings. This was definitely a lot darker than I thought it was going to be, but I love the story, I love the plot, and like I said, I can't wait for book 2. Next, we're going to talk about one of my most recent books that I read at Christmas time, and this is Good Spirits by BK Borison. I loved this so much. I did not think I was going to love this anywhere near as much as I did. I ate this up. If you're wanting something cozy, whimsical, just so it makes you feel so warm and fluffy inside, then you need to pick up this book. I was not sure, like I said, if this was going to be my cup of tea, but I absolutely ate this up. This is a Christmas Carol retelling. It's based in sort of a modern day setting as well. They reference modern things such as, I swear, TikTok is brought up and Lululemon, which is hilarious. I love the main female character, Harriet. She is just... I love her so much. She wears bright colours. She loves Christmas. She falls head over heels for this ghost, Nolan, who, by the way, is Irish. And he comes to haunt her and basically take her through her past, because he says that she needs to right some wrongs and, yeah, like in A Christmas Carol, get set back on track. But things are taking a slight turn as they go through her past, and Nolan's starting to think, why has Harriet been chosen to be haunted? Because she is just such a lovely, a bubbly character, and he doesn't think that she's done any wrong. I just loved the way this made me feel. Oh, like I said, cozy, whimsical, just butter could melt. I adored this so much, and it's definitely making me want to pick up more of BK Borison's books for definite in 2026. This was just the most perfect Christmas read. But like I said, if you're wanting to read something nice and cozy and it's just gonna make you feel so warm and fuzzy inside, then I definitely give this a go. The story as well, it keeps you hooked. And look how gorgeous this sprayed edge is that I picked up from the works. Next, we're going to talk about The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This was, I believe, I read these straight after ACOTAR, and these books, this ending. If you know, you know. I am yet to find a book that gave me as much of a shock at the ending that this book did. Like, I'm not even kidding. If you love trials, if you love vampires, and again, it's got the enemies to lovers that we all love, then you're gonna absolutely love this duology. I have to mention The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King as well, because I actually preferred that one to this one. The story as a whole is just so good. I read these books ages ago. Basically, there's these trials that comes around every few years, and the person that wins these trials basically gets granted anything they want by a goddess. So our main female character, Araya, who is adopted by a vampire, she is a human living in a vampire world, and she goes into these trials because she basically wants to win the chance to become her father, his equal. She wants to have as much powers as he has, and she basically doesn't want to live in a world where she is seen as prey. She is brought up to trust absolutely nobody. There's certain ways that she's been brought up throughout her whole life, and the way that she's been trained by her father really has a massive impact on the way she thinks, the way she feels. Lots of secrets are revealed in this duology. I could not put these books down. As soon as you finish this one, I guarantee you're going to go straight on to the next one, because you're going to want to know what happens. The main male character in this as well, Rain, I adore him. I absolutely adore him. I could eat him on a butty. He is delicious. He is probably up there with one of my favorite MMCs. The way he cares for Araya is delicious. Just gonna have a quick sip of my mocha. That is so good. This mug, by the way, is the best thing that I've ever been gifted. It has a capybara in the center of it. I mean, if that doesn't sell you, then I don't know what will. Oh yeah, and it has a lemon on its head. It's a capybara with a lemon on its head, and it's just sitting, basically having a bath in a cup of coffee. Okay, so I read my first ever dark romance this year, and that was, well, I just jumped straight into the deep end, as the amazing people of BOOKTOK told me. And that is the Cat and Mouse duet, and this is Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. I love this so much, and I definitely need to pick up some more dark romance this year, because thinking back to it now, I think no, to be fair, there was a few other books that I read that did have sprinkles of dark romance in it for definite, but this duology, yeah, it was pretty dark romance to say the least. This follows our main female character, Adeline, and she is basically being stalked by this creepy man that's lingering in the woods near the manor that she lives in, that she has inherited from her grandmother, I believe. But she is one badass, Adeline. She just is not giving in to him. She is not taking any shit from him, and I love her as a character so much. If that was me, I would not sleep there. I would not sleep in that manor. I would not interrogate him. I would not provoke him, and I'd just run away, basically. The thing that I love the most about this story is there is so many different stories within this. There is a murder that's being uncovered within her family. She's trying to figure out who the stalker is. And yeah, there is just so many different storylines within this story. But I love this so much. The tension, the tension in these books is just beautiful. I definitely 110% preferred Haunting Adeline to Hunting Adeline. Hunting Adeline was a hell of a lot darker, and I feel like that was just a bit too much for me, whereas this had just enough dark romance for me. But the main male character, the stalker, Zade Meadows, I hate to say it, but yeah. He is just dark, he is mysterious, and yeah, what a guy. The characters in this I absolutely loved. Adeline's best friend, I can't think of what her name is, but she is just great. She is sassy, she just says it how it is, and yeah, I loved her. A lot of dark topics that are covered in these books, so definitely check your trigger warnings. But if you wanted to jump straight into the deep end with dark romance, then I'd say just go for it. There is a reason why these books are so hyped up, and I had such a fun time with it. But like I said, I definitely preferred Haunting Adeline. I just loved the cat and mouse aspect of it, her being stalked, and then he's coming into the house. He's finding his way into the house no matter how hard Adeline tries. But you soon realise that she secretly loves it. She loves the thrill, she loves the adrenaline. She discovers that she is a lot darker than she actually thinks, and she embraces her dark side, and I'm just here for it. Okay, next we're going to talk about Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. These books are just the way that Kaylee Smith writes her main male characters. Like, what does she put in these books? If you want dark, if you want gothic, if you want something that is incredibly atmospheric, then you need to read these books. So far she has Phantasma, and she also has Enchantra. It's very interesting to see who prefers which one. There's such a mix of people preferring Phantasma or people preferring Enchantra, but I loved Phantasma with my whole heart. This was just perfect. I ate this up. I loved it. These are interconnected standalones, but this follows our main female character, Ophelia, and there is this sort of, it's almost like an enchanted carnival that comes round every few years, I think it is, and people can enter into this carnival called Phantasma, and the winner gets granted anything that their heart desires, but there can only be a one winner, and you can either forfeit during these trials, or you end up basically not making it out. But Ophelia's sister disappears, and she goes into these trials. So Ophelia goes in to basically save her sister. Another thing to point out as well, that Ophelia is a necromancer, which I love it. She goes into these deadly trials, and then she finds the incredibly sexy Phantom Blackwell. I love him so much. There is tension, there is yearning. The scenes in this just, yeah, delicious. So the trials as well, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're based off the 7 deadly sins. Yeah, the way that this is described, the way you go through all of the trials, I love this. If you're wanting to read something in spooky season, please let it be these books, particularly Phantasma. I definitely think as soon as spooky season comes back round, I am going to do a reread of this, because it just has my whole heart. Again, there's mysteries that are uncovered, there's things that Ophelia finds out about her family, people being drawn together by fate, there's ballroom scenes, just everything you could want from a dark, spooky, gothic romance is in these books, and I cannot wait for Kaylee Smith to come out with her next read, because at this point I would just read anything that she comes out with. Okay, so we're down to our last 3, and this was so incredibly hard for me to decide which one was my top one. The next book that we're going to talk about, and these two were so incredibly close, is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I think about this book so much. This book has stuck with me throughout the whole year since I read it. Anything to do with vampires, I'm just here for it. And the main phrase that has caught people's attention with this book is toxic lesbian vampires. Yes. If there's any book where you are well and truly taken through an absolute journey, then it is this book. This is a standalone, and we are following our main 3 female characters. We are taken, like I said, through such a journey of them losing their humanity, becoming vampires, and it takes you through so many years until all the characters are finally intertwined and connected somehow. This is beautiful. I will read anything that V. Schwab comes out with. I recently read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and just her writing style is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is another book that I will 110% be doing a reread of, because like I said, I just think about this daily. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The differences between the main 3 girls as well is just so clever, and when you get to the end of it and they all come together, it is just done perfectly. Some of the scenes are set in the 16th century, I believe it is, but then at the same time you're taken to 2017, 2020, so you're constantly flicking back into following all 3 of these women's stories on how they become a vampire. We go through grief, we go through lust, we go through hunger. This book is beautiful, and if you haven't read this yet, I 110% highly recommend it. Like, definitely put this on your list of reads for 2026. 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high, one grows deep, and one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. Oh, delicious. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. In all honesty, I feel like Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil and this book, I feel like they're just on par with each other. I love them both so much, and it'll come as no surprise as this book has been so incredibly popular since it was released, and that is Alchemized by Sun Lin Yu. Again, this book, it takes you on such a journey that is just... you can't put into words the journey that these characters go on. This book is definitely not a romantasy. It is a very tragic love story, and these characters, the pain that you feel with these characters is next level. This hurts, but in the best way possible, and is why this is just going to be etched into my brain forever. As you can see, this book is thick. She is chunky, but as soon as you finish this, you wish that there is more. Again, I think this book was a Dramini fanfic originally, set in a world where evil has won. We are talking necrophiles, necromancers. The magic system in this is absolutely incredible. People have powers using resonance. Books like this is what makes me love to read, because the author has just completely created such an amazing world, an amazing magic system, and I would love if they ever come back to the UK, because they did do a tour for this book and I missed it. To be honest, I'm not actually sure if I'd read the book then. Like I said, it's tragic. It is heartbreaking, but in the best way possible. This follows our main female character, Helena. She goes through so much throughout the whole of this book. She is very much one of those characters that is just very pushed to the side and not seen as someone of importance, but then she is at the same time. And the things that she does to help anyone and anything, she always puts others before herself. It is just so tragic. She is very much used in every single way possible. Her story, I just feel like I want to give her a massive hug. At the start of the book, Helena is captured, but there's parts of her memory that are completely forgotten. She doesn't have a clue of what it is, and you go on this journey throughout the whole of the book not quite knowing what it is that is hidden in her memories. This follows our main male character as well, Kane Ferren, and I just love him as a main male character. Both of these characters are just incredibly incredibly damaged just throughout their whole entire lives. And the way these two come together and form a relationship is just, it's so beautiful. There is definitely elements of this that has horror aspects to it, which I absolutely loved. If you want horror, if you want gothic, if you want completely and utterly atmospheric, I'm pretty sure there's a film coming out for this book, and I cannot wait to watch that. The second that that comes out, I will be watching it. The ending is happy as it can be. And you'll go through all of the emotions with these characters. But again, please check the trigger warnings with this, because there is a lot of dark topics that are covered in this book. But please do not be put off by the size of this book, and do not think that this book has been overhyped. There is a reason why this book has been hyped so much, because it is just stunningly, tragically beautiful. And if you're going to read any of these books, well, to be honest, I love all these books that we spoke about today, but this book in particular is just unreal. Everyone should read it, and I promise you will not regret it. And then the last book that we're going to talk about that I read in 2025, that is my most favourite read of the entire year. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, it just has to be this book, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. The ACOTAR books is literally what got me back into reading. It has done the same for so many other people, and there's a reason for this. But this book in particular, I think about this book on the daily, and I am yet to find, even just the ACOTAR books, I'm yet to find something that fills that void as much as those books hit me. If you have any recommendations, please let me know, because I feel like I'm just chasing this high of feeling so connected to two characters, Feyre and Rhys. I just love their story. I love these books. I love the fact that it's a series as well, because you can just get fully engrossed and just fully submerged into this realm. If you are unaware of the ACOTAR books, oh my God, for starters, have you been living under a rock? I urge you to read these books. They are popular for a reason. The story is just beautiful. Think a human girl enters a fae realm, and there is just so much that is unpacked in these books. But in A Court of Mist and Fury, it just hit my soul so incredibly deep. The twists that are uncovered in this book, the love that these characters have for each other is just absolutely unmatched. You best believe I cried like a baby with this book, especially at chapter 54. If you know, you know. But yeah, like I said, I am yet to find a series that hits as hard as the ACOTAR books. I've been reading for coming up to a year now, getting back into reading. I'm going to be reading the Throne of Glass books this year, so I'm hoping that that itches that spot. I'm hoping. Loads of people have said that it will do, but we shall see. Okay guys, so that is my top 10, I believe, books that I read in 2025 that if you've not picked up yet, you 110% need to. I promise you will not regret it. So we're now going to go through my 26 books that I have for 2026, and I am so excited. This list of books, yeah, I'm excited. I am so excited. So first off, we've got Direbound by Sable Sorensen, stepping into a wolf realm. And again, stepping into another wolf realm, we have The Wolf King by Lauren Palfreman. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing any of these names wrong. Beartown by Frederick Backman. I feel like this is going to break me. But again, like I said, in the best way possible. I feel like when a book breaks you, it is always in the best way possible. Heavenly Bodies by Imani Eriu. I might pick this up next. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I have a couple of Sarah A. Parker books on my bookshelf, the most gorgeous copies, and I am just so excited to dive into her realm and her books this year. And then we have Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This void, it needs to be filled, and I'm hoping and praying that these books do that for me. In the Veins of the Drowning by Kaylee Cassidy. To Bleed a Crystal Bloom, again by Sarah A. Parker. Fairytale by Veronica Lancet. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Anathema by Kerry Lake. Not Decadia, again by Kerry Lake. Metal Slinger by Rachel Snyder. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yaros. Again, loads of people have said that this is better than ACOTAR, so we shall see. Again, another series that might just fill that void for me. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi. The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I actually did finish this yesterday, so you will hear my reviews and ratings in my January wrap up. Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. Again, a highly anticipated read. I'm so excited to dive into this. I've got a really good feeling about these books, and again, I feel like this is going to fill that void that I'm missing. First Time Caller by BK Borison. Like I said, I want to read more of their books. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I recently read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So I cannot wait to dive into Atmosphere. Again, a book that I think is going to break me. The Favourite by Lane Fargo. Finding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I don't have to say much more there. Pain. A lot of pain. The Poisoner by Ivy Ophelia. A Kiss of Iron by Claire Saga. Servant of Earth by Sarah Hawley. I heard someone talk about this book the other day and said that it is very much reminiscent of ACOTAR, and that is why that has made this onto my list, of course. And then Fruit of the Flesh, again by Ivy Ophelia. And that is all my books, guys. My 26 books for 2026. I just feel like this is going to be such an amazing year of reading and I cannot wait. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you want to stick around, which I hope you want to in 2026, then please like this video and don't forget to subscribe. I would absolutely love to have you around. I'm so ready for just all the bookish, cozy content for 2026. This is going to be a good year, guys. I've got a good feeling about this year. So much is happening for me this year in particular, but I will go into that a lot further in a 2026 reset that I'm going to be doing, talking all things goal setting, all the plans that I've got for this year. So yeah, if you want to stay tuned for that, then definitely stick around. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you all in my next video.